We're talking about weird things in regard to physics, which I don't know if we are or not, but let's pretend we are. The weird thing is that they discovered early on that if you took a substance that was susceptible to the vibrations of the air, that would exactly reproduce the vibrations that existed in the air, and you connected that via a magnet to a wire, that the fluctuations in the air, the movement in the air, would cause the receiving membrane to move in the exact same way, which would then push electrons in a wire so that the electrons were actually moving in that exact same way. And it turns out it was a perfect equivalent, which is to say, the vibrations in the air, the wiggles of the air molecules, become equal to the vibrations of electrons in a wire, or the wiggles of the electrons in the wire. So if you can take sound and put it in a wire, and then you can take that sound and run it through various aspects that exist in electronics, you have the ability to shape, mold, change, alter, etc. sound, because it turns out that the same way that you get the sound into the wire works backwards. Fluctuations in electrons, once they hit a magnet that can move a piece of paper, can be converted to acoustic sound. The vibrations of the electrons move the magnet, which moves the paper in the exact same way that the electrons were wiggling, and that exact wiggle moves the air molecules in the same way that that paper was moving. This is a speaker, by the way. And then our eardrums move in that same way, too. So the sounds that we can get into the wire are equal to the sounds that exist out in the world, simply because of the way that we can move electrons with the vibrations that move through the air. And that's a crazy concept. And obviously that is not a simple concept when we get into the mathematics of how electrons work and blah, blah, blah. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But the truth of the matter is that's analog sound. The movement of the electrons is an analog to the movement of the air molecules. Audible sound.